Chosen ones, what I'm about to share with you is urgent and life-changing. It is no coincidence that you're here right now watching this message. God himself has guided you to this moment. This message is not random, it is divine. He says to you, take this water from me. Yes, sacred, divine water is being offered, but only if you are ready to receive it and use it before time runs out. This is not ordinary water. It is a holy gift sent to shift the entire course of your life. Every battle you faced, every tear you've shed, every sleepless night you've endured, everything is about to change. But the moment is urgent. You must act now. The window is closing fast. If you want to rise above your struggles, if you're ready to unlock the next level of your spiritual and material destiny, then stay with me until the very end, because only those who watch, believe, and act will be ready to receive this divine blessing. Before we go deeper, pause this video and do 3 simple things. Hit the like button, subscribe to support Gist Journey to 1,000 members, and comment the number 99 below. This sacred number will amplify the divine energy surrounding you and this message. God sees you. He knows your pain, your private struggles, and your exhaustion, and now he has chosen to reward your patience and faith. But remember, delay is dangerous. Use this water before it's too late or risk missing the miracle that's waiting for you. Are you ready? Because what's coming next can change your life forever. Your destiny depends on it. There comes a moment in every life when everything shifts, when the heavens open and the voice of God breaks through the noise of our suffering, calling you directly. Take this water from me. This is not just water. It is a sacred offering, a divine lifeline, prepared especially for you. If you've been trapped in the storm of your own battle, if you've been feeling lost, hopeless, or defeated, this is your moment of transformation. The Creator is offering you a powerful solution, tailor-made to heal and elevate you. Imagine standing at a crossroad. One path leads to more pain. The other, this divine gift, leads to miraculous restoration. This water is the bridge. It represents hope, renewal, and a holy intervention, ready to pour into your life like healing rain. The universe is speaking. It's telling you to let go of old burdens, to release the past, and open your heart to the abundance that is waiting. This moment right now is your sacred turning point. It's more than water. It's your rebirth. And you may wonder, why me? Why now? Because God sees what others do not. He sees your quiet endurance, your hidden tears, your long nights, your whispered prayer. You have carried more than most could bear, and still, here you are, still standing, still fighting. This water is your reward. It is God's response to your resilience. It is the new beginning you've been yearning for. A confirmation that your breakthrough is not a fantasy, but a reality that's finally within reach. There is deep truth in your waiting, a waiting filled with questions, trials, and suffering. You've known financial hardship that drained your spirit. You've faced health challenges that left you weary, and yet you never gave up. This is your moment. Receive this water. Accept this divine gift. Step boldly into the future that was always meant for you. You've endured relationships that left you broken and alone. You carried the weight of these wounds in silence, hoping, praying for a sign, a glimpse of relief. Today, God's message is loud and clear. You have waited long enough. The season of suffering is ending. The time of your divine reward has finally arrived. Just as winter must surrender to spring, your personal season of hardship is giving way to new life. This reward isn't luck or chance. It is a direct result of your perseverance, your unshaken faith, and your quiet endurance. The divine water being offered to you now is a symbol, a sacred, supernatural resource designed to wash away years of pain and plant new seeds of hope, healing, and abundance. This is your miracle in liquid form. When you accept this water, you are entering into a divine covenant. It is God's way of honoring your journey and resetting your path. No longer will your life be defined by lack, heartbreak, or despair. Instead, divine favor will flow through every corner of your being. This is a transformation you've prayed for, and it is here. This water is not ordinary. It is infused with the power to reverse everything the enemy tried to destroy in your life, whether that be poverty, illness, betrayal, or emotional trauma. It is supernatural in nature, designed to heal, restore, and elevate. Think about how rivers shape landscapes, how water gives life. This divine water does the same for your destiny. It carves new paths, nurtures forgotten dreams, and renews what was once withered. Just as sacred springs and healing baptisms throughout history change lives, this divine water holds that same energy, but it's been tailored to your personal struggle. When you accept it, something extraordinary happens. You activate a divine force that reprograms your entire reality. Suddenly, what seemed impossible becomes possible. Brokenness is replaced by break. Chaos becomes clarity. Pain becomes purpose. Understand this. This is not superstition. This is not magic. This is spiritual truth rooted in deep faith and divine love. When you embrace this water with a sincere heart and pure intentions, you are inviting God's transformative power into every cell of your being. Your future is no longer chained to the failures or traumas of your past. This water redefines what's ahead. God is not distant. He's not unaware of your pain. He knows the burdens that keep you up at night, the financial strain, the sickness, the betrayal, the loneliness. He sees it all. Every sleepless night, every hidden tear, every moment you felt unseen, unheard, and unloved. But God wants you to know you were never forgotten. Your pain has never been ignored. Every tear you've cried has been collected by Him. Every cry recorded, every ache noticed. And now, this divine water is His tangible reminder to you that He has always been watching. He has seen your battle, and now He's giving you the victory. God is fully aware of what you've endured, and now He is ready to intervene. The divine water He offers carries the weight of His understanding, mercy, and grace. It's not just a symbol, it's a sacred vessel, overflowing with healing power, ready to pour into every broken and weary place within you. When hardship strikes, it's easy to feel isolated, unseen, and overwhelmed. But God's message through this water is simple: you are not alone. Your pain does not define you. Your past does not limit you. His power to heal and restore far surpasses any challenge you face, and now He is extending His hand, inviting you to receive that power and be made whole again. This water is not just meant to soothe old wounds, it's a fountain of restoration. It carries the divine capacity to end every form of lack in your life. Whether you're suffering from financial struggle, emotional exhaustion, or spiritual emptiness, this water has been blessed to renew it all. When you drink it with true faith, you activate a flow of divine blessings designed to restore your health, revitalize your finances, and repair the relationships that once seemed beyond repair. This is God's way of replenishing what years of hardship have drained from you. Picture your life like a barren land. Dry from drought, this water is the long-awaited rain. It refreshes your soul. It floods the broken places with abundance. It is the wellspring that revives your weary spirit. Every drop is infused with God's promise to heal what's broken, renew what's tired, and multiply what's been lost. But the miracles don't stop at the physical level. This divine water also restores what's inside your emotional and spiritual well-being. It clears away the bitterness, resentment, and despair that have held you hostage in their place. It plants peace, joy, and a hope so strong, it begins to shift the atmosphere around you. Drinking this water becomes a sacred act, an act of reclaiming your life from the grip of lack and stepping into a future of overflowing abundance. And the key that unlocks its power? Faith. Without faith, it's just water. But with faith, it becomes a living conduit for miracle. God is emphasizing the urgency of this moment. Time is short, and the window to receive this blessing will not remain open forever. This is your divine invitation to walk boldly into your transformation, to trust that God is about to do something extraordinary in your life. Think of a seed planted in soil. Without faith, it will never grow, but nurtured with belief, it bursts forth into life. Your faith in this water is that very nurturing force that activates the promise, breathing divine energy into what once felt dead. Now is not the time for doubt or delay. This moment may feel ordinary, but it is sacred, and what you do next matters. Tonight, take a simple yet powerful step. Fill a cup with water and place it somewhere peaceful, a corner of your home or heart where serenity lives. This is not superstition. This is not routine. This is sacred alignment, a ritual of intention, an act of obedience, a declaration of readiness. In this still moment, you invite heaven to move. You make space for miracle. This is more than water. It is an act of faith. When you place that cup overnight, you're not just setting it aside, you're creating a sacred altar, a spiritual invitation for God's miraculous presence to enter your life. While you sleep, the divine move. That ordinary water becomes a vessel of supernatural power, charged specifically to uplift and transform you. Think about the stillness of the night, those quiet hours when the world rests and divine activity is at its most potent. By leaving the water out, you are creating space for heaven to work. It's a beautiful reminder that simple acts, when done with deep faith, can unlock profound change. Come morning, that cup will carry more than hydration. It will hold the essence of God's healing, favor, and mercy. It becomes your sacred tool, a daily reminder that miracles aren't just ancient stories, they're living, breathing realities available to you now. That cup will symbolize hope, renewal, and divine intervention, a stream flowing from heaven directly to your soul. If you've ever felt invisible, abandoned, or forgotten, this is God's personal reminder. You are deeply seen. You are profoundly loved. This divine water wasn't made for the masses. It was crafted uniquely for you. It's a personal gift from the Creator, designed with your specific struggles, scars, and victories in mind. The world may have overlooked your pain, but God never did. This water stands as proof that your healing matters, your dreams matter, and your life is infinitely valuable. You are not just another face in the crowd. You are chosen. You are cherished. You are essential. And knowing this gives you the courage to drink this water with boldness, to embrace it with the confidence that you are stepping into a divine strategy, a higher plan that's been written just for you. Drinking this water isn't just a physical act, it's a spiritual declaration. It says, I am ready to rise above every limitation, every past wound, every invisible chain that has held you back. Spiritually, it awakens your soul. Emotionally, it restores your joy. Financially, it unlocks the doors to overflow. Physically, it revitalizes your strength and renews your body. Think of how water sustains life. Just as it quenches thirst, this divine water nourishes your spirit, mind, and body. Every sip is infused with divine energy, pushing you forward, lifting you higher, and awakening the God-given potential buried beneath your pain. As you drink, envision your life like the rising sun after a long, dark night, brighter, stronger, and full of hope. This water is your catalyst, your bridge to transformation, your sacred fuel for breakthrough. And one of the most miraculous effects of this divine water, its power to change hearts and restore relationships. Those who hurt, betrayed, or disrespected you will find themselves humbled, transformed by a force far greater than guilt, divine conviction. They will be drawn back, not by obligation, but by a renewed recognition of your work. God is rewriting your story. He's turning enemies into allies and pain into peace. Can you imagine the freedom of witnessing those who once wounded you come to genuine repentance, not from fear, but from heartfelt change? This water doesn't just heal you, it heals the atmosphere around you. It carries the power to dissolve bitterness, dismantle resentment, and restore relationships long torn apart. This is not a call for vengeance. This is a call to divine justice, to restoration, not retaliation. Respect and honor will no longer be things you have to demand. They will be drawn to you naturally as God elevates you. Your enemies will bow not because you force them, but because God is orchestrating something greater. He's shifting the air around you, preparing a table for you in the presence of those who once doubted your work. Rejection runs deep, leaving invisible scars and silent wounds. But this water, this divine gift, has come to heal what rejection broke. No longer will you be overlooked, unseen, or undervalued. God is turning the page on your story, rewriting it from pain to purpose, from isolation to identity. This is your moment of redemption and honor. Every moment you spent questioning your value, every tear shed in loneliness, every time you were dismissed or misunderstood has all led to this divine shift. Now, you are stepping into a season where you'll be surrounded by those who truly see you. Honor will chase you. Respect will find you. Love will no longer be withheld. This water is a symbol of that promise. It is God's way of lifting you up, placing you where you belong, in alignment with people, opportunities, and blessings that match your true value. Your story is no longer one of survival. It is one of triumph. Let this truth settle deep in your spirit. You are worthy of love, worthy of respect, worthy of divine favor. This water is the key to unlocking that truth and living it daily. It's God's declaration that your best days are not behind you. They are unfolding now, and they're waiting for your arrival. But this water doesn't just heal and awaken. It stirs your soul, shaking off years of disappointment and discouragement. It ignites a divine fire within you, pushing you into higher realms of power, clarity, and purpose. This is your spiritual awakening. Like the sun piercing through a long night, this water clears away the fog of fear and doubt. Suddenly, you see your path clearly. Suddenly, you move forward with certainty, with courage, with power. It unlocks strengths and gifts you never knew you had. And as your spirit rises, your entire life begins to rise with it. New doors begin to open. New opportunities start to align. New joy and peace begin to overflow into your day. This is not just a moment of healing, it is a divine elevation. This water is your gateway to spiritual empowerment. The days of lack, of always needing and never receiving, are over. Scarcity has no more places in your story. With this divine water, you step into a new realm, a realm of abundance without end. God is about to bless you so richly, so thoroughly, that you will never know need the same way again. And this abundance, it's not just material. It's spiritual, emotional, and physical. It's peace of mind, overflowing joy, radiant health, deep love, and unstoppable purpose. This water is your catalyst. This water is the beginning of abundance. It turns what was once dry and barren into fertile ground, overflowing with blessing. Imagine waking up every morning knowing your needs are met, your blessings multiplying, your path illuminated by divine favor. This shift will redefine how you see yourself and how you walk into your future. No longer will you scramble to survive. You will thrive, prosper, and live with a quiet, confident assurance that God's provision is both endless and faithful. This isn't just change, it's transformation. And with this kind of divine power comes a sacred responsibility. This water is not a toy or a shortcut. It is a holy gift, and it must be used with reverence. It was not given for revenge, greed, or selfish gain, but for healing, blessing, and restoration. To respect this water is to approach it with a heart aligned to God's will, with gratitude, integrity, and faithfulness. Misuse can block the very blessings God intends to give. This is a covenant between you and the divine, and it must be honored. The power of this water is only unlocked through love, humility, and a pure desire to see God's kingdom manifest in your life. Approach it with reverence, and you will experience miracles beyond your greatest dream. This is your final call. Your preparation is complete. God is ready to raise you above every obstacle. Your health will be restored. Your finances will flourish. Your relationships will overflow with love and respect. This divine water is the catalyst, the turning point, the spark, the bridge to your breakthrough. It is ushering in a new season of victory, joy, and peace. Envision yourself now, standing in your new life stronger, healthier, wealthier, and surrounded by divine love. The struggles that once consumed you will become nothing more than distant echoes, replaced by God's abundant blessings and unshakable favor. This is your moment, your divine rising, your opportunity to walk boldly into the destiny God has written for you since the beginning. Open your heart, trust the process, receive this gift with a grateful spirit. The miracles waiting to unfold will exceed anything you've ever imagined. Your rise is here. Your new life begins now. Are you ready to take this water and step into your God-ordained future? But there's one more layer to this gift, one more miracle God has designed especially for you: the healing of your mind and soul during the hours of sleep. We all carry nightmares, not just the ones we dream at night, but the memories and emotional wounds that haunt us when the world gets quiet. These inner battles leave us restless, anxious, and afraid of tomorrow. But the divine water God offers you tonight is more than restoration. It is protection. It carries a supernatural peace that works while you sleep, a balm for your deepest pain, a healing current for your subconscious, a gentle flood of divine light that replaces darkness with clarity and calm. Imagine that you wake up tomorrow feeling lighter, your heart unburdened, your mind no longer spinning with anxiety. The torment and tension that once ruled your nights, gone. Because this water is not just a symbol, it is a spiritual weapon, a force that operates on a higher plane, dissolving fear, breaking nightmares, and silencing the lies that have whispered for too long. You're not enough. You're not loved. You'll never be free. When you drink it, you invite God's peace to enter every hidden chamber of your mind and spirit. You hand him your broken memories, and in return, He gives you rest. He gives you hope. He gives you a new morning filled with promise. Countless believers have shared the same testimony. They awoke feeling renewed as if the darkness of their past had been wiped clean by the very hand of God. This is not coincidence. It is divine mercy in motion, a reminder that God's grace has no limit and that He wants you to live free from every chain that past trauma has tried to lock around your soul. This divine water becomes more than hydration. It becomes a shield, a sacred guard over your heart and mind, giving your soul the rest it desperately needs. It allows you to release, to sleep, and to rise renewed. Tonight, as you prepare your cup, ask God to fill it not just with water, but with His peace, His healing, and His presence. Trust that while you sleep, God is working. This water, charged by faith, moves like a silent miracle, erasing nightmares, soothing old wounds, and preparing you for peace you've never known. You deserve rest, you deserve healing, and God is ready to give it. But some wounds go deeper. Betrayal, it cuts through the soul like nothing else, whether it came from a trusted friend, a family member, or someone you gave your heart to. That kind of pain can't be seen, but it weighs heavier than any burden. It changes how you trust. It hardens your heart. It tries to steal your joy. But this divine water is your secret weapon. It carries supernatural healing for wounds that no one else can see. It doesn't just comfort, restore. It rebuilds the trust you lost, renews the softness of your heart, and breaks the bitter chain betrayal tries to forward. Betrayal often becomes a prison. Anger, resentment, and deep distrust. But this water works like a key. It unlocks your soul, allowing peace, forgiveness, and freedom to pour in. This doesn't mean you forget or excuse the betrayal. It means you reclaim your power and refuse to be defined by what others have done to you. God is calling you to use this water as a divine tool for restoration. Drink it with a heart full of faith and let it be the beginning of miracles that mend what was broken. Relationships can heal. Hearts can trust again. You can love again. This water carries that promise. Betrayal may have tried to steal your joy, but this divine water has come to reclaim it. It transforms bitterness into sweetness, pain into purpose, and wounds into wisdom. This is your divine weapon, stronger than any hurt you've endured, and it's ready to make you whole again. And what a financial struggle. That, too, is a heavy weight. It feels like a curse, a never-ending cycle of fear, lack, and missed opportunity. It drains your energy, your confidence, your hope. Every day becomes survival. But God's divine water carries the power to break that cycle instantly. This is not just a comforting thought, it is spiritual truth. When received with genuine faith and open readiness, this water becomes a reset button in your financial story. It shifts the atmosphere around you. It repositions you for favor, for opportunity, for open doors where there once were only walls. Picture it, this water flowing through every area of your life, cleansing years of financial strain, opening gates of provision, attracting unexpected resources, erasing the invisible chains of lack that have held you hostage for too long. When you drink it with belief, everything begins to change. Suddenly, what felt impossible becomes possible. What seemed forever out of reach now moves toward you. The floodgates open, the curse of lack is broken, and abundance flows like never before. As your finances begin to flourish, know this transformation is not about luck, it's about divine intervention. God sees your struggle. He knows every anxious thought, every sleepless night, every desperate prayer. And now, He's ready to pour out provision in ways you never thought possible. This water carries His promise to restore, replenish, and multiply what was once lost. The curse of financial lack is shattered. In its place comes a joy, peace, and freedom of abundance. As you drink, declare boldly, poverty and lack no longer have a place in my life. Watch as God activates your breakthrough, transforming your finances from a source of stress into a stream of blessing. Have you been praying fervently for a breakthrough, begging God to step in, pleading for change? This water is the answer you've been waiting for. It is a spiritual breakthrough made manifest in a tangible form. God is moving beyond words. He's taking action. Through something as simple and sacred as a cup of water, He is pouring power into your life. Breakthroughs often feel far off, like distant dream. But this water brings heaven to earth. It turns prayers into present, hope into reality. It carries the weight of divine promise and channels supernatural energy capable of crushing every obstacle in your way. This is God's love and mercy in motion. When you drink this water, it's not just physical, it's spiritual. You are opening yourself to God's transformative presence. Walls fall, chains break, faith rises. Suddenly, the path before you begins to clear, and you walk not in fear, but in favor. This is your moment. The breakthrough you've prayed for is here. No more waiting, no more wondering. Now is the time to receive. Let every drop remind you that your struggle has an expiration date, and victory has already been written into your destiny. But breakthrough doesn't stop with finances or inner healing. God also wants to transform your relationship. Toxic relationships can drain your energy, cloud your mind, and shatter your self-worth. They leave you feeling trapped, unheard, and unloved. But even here, this one cup of divine water holds the power to shift the atmosphere. It can change the dynamics of even the most broken connection. Yes, even those who once hurt you may find themselves softened, moved to repentance and reconciliation, because this water isn't ordinary. It's infused with divine authority. When you drink it, and even when you serve to others, it becomes a spiritual cleansing, washing away years of bitterness and conflict. It opens the door to humility, forgiveness, and true transformation. This isn't about controlling outcomes. It's about creating space for God's grace to enter the hearts of everyone involved. And many have seen it happen. Toxic relationships become safe again. Places of pain turn into places of peace. Not every relationship will heal overnight, but this water lays a spiritual foundation for mercy, restoration, and clarity. It shifts the atmosphere, removes confusion, and brings hearts back into alignment with God's love. This is your moment to invite peace, even in the places where pain has lived for too long. This is your moment, your opportunity to release toxic ties and invite divine healing. Use this water with faith, with a heart of pure intention, and watch how God turns even the most painful relationships into living testimonies of mercy and transformation. What was once broken can become beautiful again, all through the power of divine intervention. In the hustle and constant pressure of daily life, your body and mind can become drained, disconnected, and overwhelmed. You may feel heavy with exhaustion, mentally foggy, and physically worn down. But God's divine water is not just for the soul, it is the ultimate reset button for every part of your being. This water is a spiritual and physical cleanser. It refreshes, rebalances, and recharges. It restores your clarity, rejuvenates your cells, and floods your spirit with renewed energy. It's as if your system is being rebooted by heaven, flushing out stress, fatigue, and all that's toxic. When you drink it, you are inviting God's healing light to touch every corner of your body and mind. You are being revived, strengthened, prepared to live with divine vitality. Imagine waking up refreshed, energized, and vibrant, ready to face your day with strength, peace, and purpose. That is the power of the sacred gift. It reconnects you to God's life-giving force. It restores your natural rhythm, brings peace to your mind, healing to your body, and joy to your spirit. This isn't just water, it's divine refreshment. Let it become your daily practice, a sacred moment to reconnect, to cleanse, to renew. Let it keep you spiritually centered and physically strong no matter what challenges lie ahead. God's ultimate reset is here, waiting to restore you back to wholeness. But God doesn't stop there. Even your enemies are not beyond redemption. The pain, betrayal, and conflict caused by others may feel permanent, but God's divine water has the power to reverse those dynamics completely. Drink it in faith, share it with bold love, and watch his heart soften, attitudes shift, and even your fiercest adversaries become unlikely allies. This is the miraculous reversal that only God's love can bring. This water is a spiritual catalyst. It breaks down walls of hatred, melts pride, and opens eyes to truth. Suddenly, the people who once hurt you see you through God's eyes as someone worthy of respect, honor, and friendship. Stories are rising, real stories of transformation, where enemies became supporters and conflict gave way to peace. That same transformation is available to you. Nothing is too broken, too bitter, or too far gone for God to redeem. Drink with expectation. Prepare your heart for reconciliation, because God is about to do the impossible in your life. Your enemies will become your greatest supporters. But understand this divine opportunities are time sensitive. God's water is a precious gift, and like all sacred things, it must be received in its appointed time. There is a spiritual window, a moment where its power is most potent. This is your sacred season for transformation. Do not delay. If you wait too long, the window may close and the blessing could pass you by. The urgency you feel is not pressure. It's a divine awakening. In the spiritual realm, timing is as critical as faith. The night you place the cup out, the still moments before dawn, the sacred morning, you drink it, all forms part of divine timeline. This is God's invitation for you to act decisively and receive what heaven has prepared for you. Missing this moment means postponing your breakthrough. It stretches your struggle, delays your destiny, and holds back the blessings already aligned for you. But when you step into the timeline God has set, you align yourself with his perfect plan, activating the full power of the water. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Trust that God's timing is flawless. This window is not just a chance, it's a doorway to your next season of favor, restoration, and transformation. Use this water now while the opportunity is alive, while the heavens are open, and while your faith is burning bright. Faith is the currency of the miraculous. It's the invisible force that draws heaven into your reality. And this divine water is a spiritual amplifier, turning your belief into a magnetic field that pulls blessings, healing, and miracles straight into your life. When you drink with pure faith, you shift from waiting to receiving. Imagine faith as a seed. This water is the fertile soil, the sunlight, and the rain that nurtures it. It accelerates growth, removes doubt, and opens the floodgates for God's supernatural hand to move. Suddenly, what felt distant begins to unfold. What seemed impossible starts becoming real. You'll find yourself living the very miracles you once only dreamed about. Testimonies from believers around the world echo the same truth. This water sparked healings, financial shifts, reconciliations, and deeper spiritual awakening. It's more than symbolic. It's a spiritual multiplier. It turns small faith into great outcome. It takes your whisper of belief and magnifies it into power that shifts atmosphere. Your faith can become the beacon that lights the path to every promise God has for you. So drink this water with expectation. Watch as miracles begin to gravitate toward you naturally, powerfully, undeniably, because sometimes opportunities don't knock loudly. They remain hidden, tucked behind spiritual doors, waiting for the right key to open them. This divine water is that key. It's a holy force, invisible to the eye, but unstoppable in the spirit. When you receive it with faith, you unlock divine favor. Suddenly, doors open, doors you didn't even know existed. New career opportunity, restore relationship, unexpected provision, and divine clarity flow freely into your life. This water shifts the atmosphere. It dissolves barrier. It replaces rejection with invitation. It transforms every no into a resounding yes. And best of all, it's not by might, nor by your striving, but by God's supernatural grace. This is divine provision in motion.